July 2023, my older brother Ali and I decided to visit our younger twin brothers in Malta, who were there for a month for a traineeship from school. One of our traditions is to drink a beer before every flight, no matter the time of day. We flew from Vienna, Austria with Malta Air to the Malta International Airport. The flight went really smooth and we only brought hand luggage, so we got out of the airport fairly quickly. We then ordered an Uber to our hotel where we waited for check-in. We booked a rather expensive hotel situated in Sliema, which is in the northeast of Malta called the 1926 Le Soleil. It's a spa and wellness hotel with a separated pool area and hotel bar overseeing the beautiful Maltese Sea. First thing we did after check-in was checking out the hotel bar and pool area. Another thing to note is that they use left-hand traffic, so it might take some time to get used to looking at the right side of the road when crossing. There is also a lot of steep roads and streets can be slippery at times, especially when wearing slippers. You'll also see trash on the sidewalks, but I don't feel it's as bad as it is often claimed around the internet. It was fairly hot during our stay with peak temperatures ranging from 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. The sun in Malta during the summer is vicious. Not even 2 hours there, I felt like I'd get a sunburn. So the obvious hint here is to make sure to have sunscreen at hand at all times. Another thing you'll notice is that there are never any clouds in Malta, like seriously ever. Sliema is also very popular among tourists, especially due to its vicinity to Valletta, the three cities, good nightlife, and other attractions. After successfully attaining a sunburn at the pool, we set out to find out what the Maltese cuisine had in store for us. We chose a restaurant with good reviews from Google Maps, which was a couple of minutes away from our hotel, named Takris. We had a Maltese bean paste with Maltese bread and crackers as a starter, a beef dish from the menu, Malta's national dish, which is rabbit, and finally, a dessert with imkaret, helva, and kanol, all accompanied by a Maltese white wine. All in all, I have to admit that almost all the food did not knock me off my socks. The rabbit was a bit dry and the beef dish from the set menu was okay. The dessert tasted, how should I put it, traditional and pure with good ingredients. It breaks my heart to say this, but I was a bit disappointed by the meals. What I was not disappointed by was the wine. It was truly one of the best white wines I've ever had. In the evening, we met up with our little brothers to experience the Maltese nightlife in the town of St. Julians. It's absolutely incredible how many people the nightlife attracts there. It's probably the combination of a vivid crowd, free cocktail coupons, and one club after the other pumping good music lining the streets. We hopped around a couple of clubs, enjoyed some free drinks, and danced and had some fun until the morning hours. On the second day, we decided to go to Valletta, the capital of Malta. We roamed around the steep streets and I have to say that the architecture and the decorations were absolutely mesmerizing. The high buildings offered some well-needed shade and the inner parts are lined with cafes and restaurants. We then walked past the Parliament of Malta, which is located directly at the city gate, the entry point to Valletta. Just outside the city gate, you can marvel at the beautiful Triton's fountain. We then decided to take away a pizza and headed up to the lower Baracca Gardens, overseeing the so-called three cities of Malta. On day 3, we took a ferry to visit the main island's little brother Gozo. Once there and with no exact plans at hand, we decided to go to Ramla Beach, where we spent half of the day snorkeling and sunbathing. In the evening, we stayed on the island for a dinner at a moderately expensive restaurant with beautiful view of the coast of Gozo. We had a Maltese cheese platter, which was amazing, some fried calamari, and some Maltese beer, which I also grew fond of while being there. In the evening, we had to rush back to catch one of the last ferries of the day, taking us back to Valletta. On the last regular day of our stay, our brothers showed us an amazing spot to chill out and enjoy the beautiful sea with our amazing view of Valletta. There are hardly any fish to see here, and getting around the rocks might not be an easy feat for everybody, but it's absolutely worth it. In the evening of our first extended day, we visited Isle of MTV, which is an annual music festival organized by MTV, this time featuring One Republic. Finally, on the last day, we attended the food fest in Valletta, where we tasted through some interesting cuisines, including Mexican tacos, gin-infused slushies, and Argentinian steak sandwiches. Now, our journey was filled with unforgettable experiences, but let's dive into some challenges that we encountered. First, let's talk about the power outages. It seems that Malta has a unique relationship with electricity, and we did have one unplanned candlelit evening. But hey, it's all part of the adventure. Now imagine yourself strolling through the charming streets of Malta, where cannons and fireworks make their presence known almost daily. It may take a moment to get used to the boisterous symphony, but trust me, it becomes a delightful part of the island's charm. As we explored the streets, we did notice a bit of a trash situation here and there. It wasn't a major issue, but some areas did have bags of garbage scattered outside houses. Hopefully, efforts to address this improve in the future. The cuisine. Our taste buds went on an epic adventure as we sampled the local dishes. While some didn't quite hit the mark for our palates, there were undoubtedly some culinary gems that delighted us during our stay. Getting around Malta was a breeze, thanks to the friendly and reliable Uber and Bolt drivers. Most of them were excellent navigators, making our trip smooth and enjoyable. However, we did encounter a wild ride on the island of Gozo, where one driver might have channeled their inner race car driver a bit too much. Lastly, let's talk about the cost of this paradise. If you're from Europe, you might find that Malta isn't the most budget-friendly destination, But don't worry, we'll cover more about the prices and how they compare to places like Austria, where we come from. Alright, let's delve into the wonders of Malta's prose, where the sun-kissed summer promises an obstacle-free adventure, with rain taking a backseat to your fantastic experiences. One of the biggest blessings here is the ease of communication. English serves as the island's second language, allowing us to effortlessly connect with everyone we met. The mesmerizing bays and captivating seas steal the show, whether we were exploring Gozo, the main island, or Camino. Each location offered a slice of paradise that left us awestruck. Now, let's talk about convenience. Transportation was surprisingly wallet-friendly, with Ubers and Bolts being notably more affordable than we were accustomed to back home. Malta doesn't believe in dull moments. Throughout our stay, a plethora of events kept the island abuzz with excitement, providing us with endless possibilities, even without a rigid itinerary. History buffs, rejoice. Malta's rich heritage shines through countless historic sites, enticing tours, and exhilarating activities that promise an enriching experience for all. Prepare to be pleasantly surprised as the sun sets and Malta's nightlife comes alive. Clubs beckon with pulsating beats, inviting atmospheres, and irresistible incentives that make nights on the island unforgettable. Valletta, oh Valletta. This enchanting city captured our hearts with its undeniable charm. From the ornate decorations to the cozy cafes tucked in steep, narrow alleys, every moment spent here was sheer pleasure. And amidst it all, we encountered the warmth of the Maltese people. While some may express concerns about the influx of foreigners, we were met with genuine kindness and open arms, making us feel right at home. Let's dive into the costs in Malta, where you'll discover a range of options to suit your budget. When it comes to dining out, you'll find a variety of choices. Restaurants offer dishes starting at around 10 euros on the lower end, with more lavish venues hovering around 20 euros. For a pocket-friendly alternative, head to the delightful food trucks where you can savor mouth-watering pastizi for just around 60 cents. For hassle-free transportation, we mostly relied on ride-sharing apps like Uber and Bolt. A typical 10 to 15 minute ride costs approximately 7 to 8 euros, providing a smooth and efficient way to explore the island. If you're open to public transportation, consider getting yourself a Tigne card. For a mere 21 euros, you'll enjoy unlimited bus rides for a whole week. However, be mindful that buses can sometimes be fashionably late, with wait times sometimes stretching to 30 minutes or more. Now, let's talk about accommodation. Our hotel leaned towards the pricier side, setting us back 100 euros per person per night. But fear not, during our extension period, we managed to cut costs in half, bringing the price down to a budget-friendly 50 euros per person per night. Thirsty for a refreshing drink? Cocktails usually range around 8 euros, but if you catch the happy hour, you're in for a treat, with prices as low as 4 euros. When it comes to beers, expect to spend around 4 to 5 euros. Malta offers lots of options to cater to every traveler's wallet, from meals at various price points to transportation choices and accommodation options. You can tailor your journey to match your preferences and budget. So go ahead and embrace the wonders of Malta, knowing that you have the freedom to make the most of this delightful island without breaking the bank. Malta, you have stolen our hearts. These are just a few of the countless reasons why this Mediterranean treasure is a must-visit destination. So pack your bags and get ready for a memorable journey through the delights of Malta.